I was guided to make this message today because of a few things that happened to me, meant to show me lessons. So I wanted to share it, see if it resonates with anyone else. I got up this morning and I didn't really want to go to my church because I just didn't feel like I wanted to deal with spring break here in Florida. Well, I ended up going anyway, and I'm glad that I did because I was able to help one of my friends from church who was suffering from vertigo. I was able to share an experience that I had with vertigo and put her mind at ease because, like I was, and I had my vertigo 5 years ago, she is going through her spiritual awakening. And when she told me that she had the vertigo and then she had this feeling of her hearing blocked in her ear, I knew exactly what it was. And I said, listen, I'm not a doctor and I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm sharing with you what happened to me in my experience so that you can understand possibly what you're going through. Use it as you will, do with it what you want, but this is what happened to me. And we sat together for a good 10 minutes after our service was over because she was really scared. And I could see the relief in her after we spoke. It was really gratifying for me to have been dragged to church, even though I didn't want to go. I actually sat in a different place than I normally did. I ended up sitting in the same row as her. And I know her. She's just not someone I normally sit with. And it all worked out the way it was supposed to because I just did what I was guided to do. I was guided to go. I was guided to sit next to her. And she was struggling to stand up. And I thought maybe her hip was bothering her or something. So I asked her if she needed help. And she said she had vertigo. That was what started the whole conversation. And I'm so grateful for the experience because even though I kind of started out the day in a bit of a spit, I was able to let it go. And I was able to say, thank you, Spirit, for showing me why I am here in this moment with these people doing what I'm doing. So I wanted to ask people about their level of spirituality. Now, this lady meditates every day for an hour before she starts her day. So she's spiritual, but she wasn't that informed on the spiritual awakening symptoms and things like that. And now that she has an awareness of it, it's going to encourage her to seek that information at whatever level she's comfortable and figure out what suits her best and what makes her feel better about her own growth. But I was able to give her comfort and allowing her to understand that it wasn't a medical condition at this time. This was something that, for this extremely healthy woman to have these odd things going on, she wasn't aware of them. She just didn't know. She also told me that she goes to a functional medicine doctor. So she's obviously holistic and has cleansing her body and things like that in her practice. But again, I didn't know what I didn't know when I was sat in the ER for 4 hours during COVID with my vertigo either. So I just took it as a very comforting moment to understand that I was able to recognize that me giving this lovely woman some information that she so desperately sought but didn't know where to look gave her some peace of mind and allow her to have some emotional release, which was wonderful. So on levels of spirituality, I remember Lee Harris from The Z's said, it really makes me nervous when people say, you're going to like so-and-so, they're spiritual. He said, I always step back and say, what do you mean spiritual? Like what level of spirituality? Are they someone like me who channels, or are they somebody who meditates and listens to their inner guidance? Because there's a big difference in levels of spirituality, which I'm learning. So that's why I'm sharing it, because there's not a whole lot of places to find this information. So when I started to figure out my spiritual awakening, I had these weird symptoms and people were put in my path and I listened to them and I did more research and I was getting the breadcrumbs. And that's one of the things I shared with this lady at church. I said, watch for the breadcrumbs. They're going to start coming now. You've gotten the physical symptoms. So now you need to be aware that you need to watch for the breadcrumbs. If you see an article or a speaker or a podcast or a movie or a video that piques your interest, make sure you run with it. Watch it and see what it brings to you. Because when it started for me, I was introduced to hypnosis, which is now my career, but I was also introduced to channeling, which I knew very little about. So once those breadcrumbs were put in front of me, I started to watch Daryl Higgis videos and I got very interested in his story. And I watched all of the stuff I could find on him so I could learn his story. Then I learned about Sheila, Gillette, and Theo. And I learned everything I could about Sheila's experience and how it started for her. And although for them, their channeling experiences started at a young age, mine didn't. And I know now why that didn't happen for me, because I was learning what I needed to learn in this very action-packed knowledge-filled life that I'm having because I was on a fast track. When I chose this life, I was given a very explicit set of circumstances and education that I had to attain in order to reach the level required of me for being one of the volunteers. And if I didn't succeed in getting that knowledge and that experience, I wouldn't be of any use in helping others. So that's why I am where I am. But I was given a lot of awareness at a very late point in my life, which was after I turned 50, because I would be able to handle it and process it and take the fast track through, which is the story of my life. So anyway, I want to offer resources for people that are struggling with this and don't understand what's happening. You can book a clarity call on my website. You can look at the Gaia Network. There's tons and tons of shows about spiritual awakening and different things, and not everybody's going to resonate with you. So go on YouTube and just search for spiritual awakening and see what comes up and see what you enjoy listening to, because that's going to be your teacher. I'm also going to drop into channel because I want to see what the Mantids have to say about this. So we're going to ask the Mantids to join. Hello, yes, thank you for having us. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to share this message with you. We feel it's a very important message to share because we understand that many humans don't comprehend what's happening to them, and they struggle with where to turn for help or guidance. We would like to offer them advice about how to handle what they are going through, where they can handle it on their own if they choose, or they can seek outside assistance. There is no right or wrong answer. It is whatever works for you. You may go into meditation and ask. Your guides will give you the information if you understand what to listen for. If that does not work for you, or you feel you cannot get a deep enough connection, which is entirely possible, we encourage you to seek mentors that you have learned about or have seen and talk to them. There are many people that will guide you through the process. There are many people that understand that, they have started somewhere and they had nobody to talk to or get information from. So they want to make your experience easier for you. It's a very honorable thing to do. And it is a way for people to serve one another, which is what the reason of incarnation is on this earth for you during your lifetime. There is nothing to fear, because one of the most drastic things that could happen to you is you could die. And for those of you that understand near-death experiences or have spoken to people that have had them or had one yourself, you understand death is not scary. There is nothing to fear. You are in this lifetime, in this suit of human density that you are wearing in a very short blip of time, as we call it. It will not last for a long time in the realm of possibilities of the soul's existence. It is a very short moment in time that the incarnation takes place. And once the incarnation has achieved its missions, the dense suit will be dropped and the soul will go home. So it is nothing to fear. I realize that there are some humans that are so entrenched in the human existence that they still carry a level of fear. They are the people that you will find laughing at those speaking about their spirituality, or not understanding that channeling is real, or not understanding that there is a higher level of something else aside from the humans that they are accompanied with on this incarnation. That is their path. That is their choice. You may choose to participate in that behavior or not. You all have free will. Do what makes you feel good. But I will say that if you are judging others or poking fun at others and being cruel, that is not your path. You will find yourself feeling uneasy about acting in that manner. And if you don't, you must ask yourself, why is this so easy for me to torment other humans at my own entertainment? It's not the right thing to do. But again, it may be a lesson that your soul chose to learn. So go with whatever feels right. But I will say, if you listen from your heart, you will not feel comfort in poking fun at others or being cruel to others, because it goes against your soul's nature. We hope that this short message is sufficient to allow you to gain some understanding and know that kindness and love and community are your purpose in this lifetime. And however you choose to fulfill that is up to you. But just know that once you get on the proper path and you live that life of kindness, love, and joy, you will have a fuller heart and you will rise. You will continue to rise and you will have nothing but good fortune and a few lessons for the remainder of your life. We would like to send you love and support and tell you that we are here to support your ascension and your consciousness awakening. Be well. And that is that. I hope that message, which I will listen to later, resonates with some of you. And I hope that I can be of assistance. If you find the need to contact me, I will do everything I can to help you. So have a wonderful day. And thanks for listening.